Time to look back on our Week 6 Sunday in the NFL then with Ndamukong Suh and Phoebe Schecter. And we are going to look at a few storylines, including the Baltimore Ravens. You and I picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
Did you see how he's brought you into that?
Yeah. Not going to go down.
I will ride with Neil.
I'm not going down on my own. So they lose 17-3 to the Los Angeles Rams tonight. Drops Baltimore to a record of 1-5. Star quarterback Lamar Jackson is out. A whole bunch of players are out. So the question is, are the Baltimore Ravens done?
Yes, they are done. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, I had them going to the Super Bowl playing the Detroit Lions, but their season is over with.
Phoebe?
That was simple. Yeah, and I think, you would have thought they could have come into this, won the division, made it into the playoffs. I mean, you look at the Steelers and what they've been doing. I mean, the fact that they're 5-1 right now is phenomenal. The Browns, even with their defense, I just think it's really hard. You don't have Lamar for another week. What do they have with that? Plus all of the defense, right? I mean, it's very hard to watch right now.
Can I sell it to you?
Sure.
Okay, so they've got a bye week next. After the bye week, Baltimore plays Chicago, Miami, Minnesota, Cleveland, the New York Jets, Cincinnati. I would argue the only tough one in there is Minnesota. They have a chance to go on a run if they get Lamar Jackson back.
So I'm going to give you Lamar Jackson comes back after the bye week. Out of the remaining games, how many do they have to win out of all of them?
This is why I don't like it when you ask the questions, Sue. I like asking the questions.
Way to represent
I like
for the
asking
people.
the questions. They've got to realistically win like 9 of their last 11 to even have a shot at making the playoffs.
To make wild card.
Yeah.
Which, in my eyes, yes, wild card is the playoffs, but they would be limping in with just kneecaps.
Yeah.
I don't think I can argue with you anymore. So let me move on. Phoebe, are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for real? We've just seen them beat the San Francisco 49ers. Baker Mayfield continues to play at such an impressive rate.
They are fantastic right now. I mean, in this game, they go 2 for 2 in the red zone. You see Baker Mayfield take the team, throw him over his shoulder on a 3rd and long play, making 4 different defenders miss. I think this is a team that are playing lights out. I think that they're, kind of punching above their weight class right now as well in a lot of ways, missing so many different players due to injuries. You lose your star receiver and you still find a way to go downfield and take the top off the defense. For me, that's impressive.
I would follow up, yes, I think they're a real deal. Do I believe that they are the number 1 team in the NFC at this moment? No. I think they win their division. I think they are a top 3 team in the NFC, and I think they have a great shot to go into the divisional NFC championship.
So much of this season has been about Baker Mayfield, and the last-minute wins tonight was about the defense and other bits as well. 6 sacks of Mac Jones, 2 interceptions. More of a complete team when you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Week 6.
And they did it without blitzing and pressuring as much as a Todd Bowles defense likes to do, which makes it quite interesting in the conversation because you have a certain expectation of what he's going to give you, and they've done it in a totally different way. And a defense that can win in a multitude of formats, I think is a scary defense.
The Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning Super Bowl champions, lost on Thursday Night Football to the New York Giants, 34-17. That's back-to-back defeats for the Eagles. So what's going on with your former team?
Philadelphia Eagles are having some turmoil. And I think it starts with, I'm not going to say the S word as in snake, but there's something within that organization that is creating havoc. And I don't know what it is, but there seems to be some sort of cancer within there. Just my opinion.
I've never seen Neil look so alert
on
after midnight. This is impressive.
I put my pen down. I came on the edge of the seat. Who?
I have no clue who it is, but there are unhappy people within that organization. I don't think there is excitement on the offensive side of the ball. Right. And I think the defensive side of the ball, there's frustration because they're so used to a high-powered offense that allows them to rest, and it's just kind of fizzling apart right now.
They had that last year, infighting a little bit, and they rode it out, Phoebe, and they went all the way to the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl. The year before, it crumbled and fell apart. Where are the Eagles for you?
I think you can definitely see that. I mean, the fact that they were winning 4 games and were falling apart. Now you lose 2 games on the trot. There's no doubt that all those cracks are just going to show and wreak that kind of toxic element, unfortunately, right now. I am concerned for them because I don't know who's going to pull them together. You look at the past 2 games, Saquon Barkley's had a total of 18 carries. He's your number 1 player on that team. I think that that's a little bit concerning. And then everybody is that me first attitude. And you can't have a successful team like that. You can't be another Super Bowl winning team like that.
Saquon Barkley was an issue early in the year, couldn't get going, wasn't recapturing the form of 2024. Jalen Hurts was blowing hot and cold, but they were winning. They were finding ways to win. All these problems get exacerbated, don't they, when you start to lose games?
Yeah, there's no question they get highlighted and they are heightened. But I just wholeheartedly believe they had, like you mentioned earlier, there was trials and tribulations last year, and they found a way to work through that because they had something that they could feed off of, and that was Saquon. That was their defense. That was their offensive line. That offensive line is right now is very, very much so beat up, which is really the backbone of that team. The defensive line is young, and they don't really have a true leader there on that side of things. And that's what Howie wants as a GM and building an architect of this team. His 2 powerhouses up front are not in sync to be able to take care of all the characters in and around it.
In Week 7, we will see the Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Los Angeles Rams at Wembley Stadium. They're both going to have a 4-2 record, 4 wins, 2 losses, and it's going to be a battle of first overall pick quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford of the Rams, Trevor Lawrence of the Jags. And Phoebe, when you look at Trevor in year 5 now, is it enough or is it fair to expect more from him?
I think it's fair to expect more from him. And by more, we're just asking for consistent.
Right.
I don't think we're asking for him to be your top 10 quarterback. But I think we are asking for him to, throughout all 4 quarters, make good decisions, throw the ball accurately, and take care of his teammates, right? And we're not getting that version. And I don't think we've actually ever had that consistent version of Trevor Lawrence.
That's what you get from the other guy, Matthew Stafford, right? He's always producing year in and year out.
Yeah, Matthew has definitely been consistent, and I think they have some interesting things that are happening on their side of the team. They've got a lot of injuries and whatnot, but just a little bit on Trevor Lawrence. I think the inconsistency comes to he's uncomfortable. He doesn't know where he's at and where he sits with that organization and what the expectations are of him. And I think that's something that needs to be set in stone. Matthew Stafford, on the other hand, understands what is expected of him and how he needs to perform. And guess what? He's got years upon years of experience. And Trevor Lawrence does not have that yet.
All right, that's our wrap on Week 6 in the NFL.